Hello and welcome. Today we'll be talking about the Hydra Stinger Mariner with Blasting Aquasphere and Mutant Manta Ray, another unique piece in the basic figure collection from Kenner's 1995 Waterworld toy line. Welcome to the Atoll, your home for Waterworld fandom. On this channel we discuss everything Waterworld, from the pinball game to the board game, from the comics to the novel adaptations, and we make new discoveries about this cult sci-fi franchise. This video will be taking a look at the Hydra Stinger Mariner and the interesting aqua-related specifics that make this figure a superb addition to the Waterworld toy line. Here we see the figure in its original packaging with the weapons and accessories filling the plastic bubble nicely. On the back of the card we find an image of the entire Waterworld line with specific instructions on how to use the toy's various features. Looking at the figure out of the packaging, we can see that this is maybe just another version of the Mariner in a toy line flooded by many of these same figures. However, the Hydra Stinger has its own unique torso sculpt. Like the Bola Attack Mariner and the Power Bow Mariner variant, the Hydra Stinger Mariner is fitted with a patchwork tunic and necklace bandana, an outfit reminiscent of the costume Kevin Costner wore in the first half of the film. However, the Hydra Stinger is also equipped with these extra straps that cross the chest and hold this textured sheath in the back. More on this sheath and its function later in this video. The in-movie inspiration for this torso strap sheath is clearly seen in the battle gear that the Mariner dons during the infiltration of the D's, as well as in the very beginning of the film after he has emerged from his dive. And the details of this movie prop are perfectly transcribed into the toy counterpart. Turning our attention to the main packed-in weapon with this figure, the Blasting Aquasphere, we are met with a perfect fantasy weapon for the Waterworld universe. The sculpt reflects the scavenged way of life that the inhabitants of Waterworld live under, with it seemingly cobbled together from random parts. The weapon includes a spear projectile that is clearly influenced by props from the film and which is loaded into the front of the firearm. By squeezing the bulb in the rear, the spear is fired with a blast of air, to slightly disappointing results. However, there is a second way of firing the Blasting Aquasphere that is much more fun. By holding the tip of the weapon underwater and squeezing and releasing the bulb, it fills with water. With a blast of water, the spear fires much further and is followed by a trail of water. A very appropriate weapon for a world submerged in water. The Blasting Aquasphere fits nicely onto the Mariner's right arm, and while the weapon is a perfect addition to the Waterworld toy line, it should be noted that this weapon is actually a retooled version of the weapon that came packed with the Arctic Batman from the 1990s Kenner Batman Returns toy line. Also included with the Hydra Stinger Mariner is this great curved double-bladed serrated knife. This weapon may have been influenced by the curved blade that the Mariner wields throughout the film. This double-bladed knife is meant to fit into the Mariner's back sheath, a feature unique within the Waterworld toy line. However, in reality, the double blade does not fit nicely into the sheath and actually sticks out of the Mariner's back in quite an awkward way. The Hydra Stinger Mariner also includes Mutant Sea Life like all the basic figures in this line. The Mutant Manta Ray is fluorescent orange and wonderfully sculpted with lots of detail including scales, fins, and this chilling human-like mouth in the front of it. Truly mutacious. And like with all the mutant creatures, I like to see if I can place it within the Waterworld universe, and lo and behold, the Mutant Manta Ray can be found in the underwater levels of the Super NES Waterworld video game. Well, I hope you enjoyed this in-depth review of the Hydra Stinger Mariner with Blasting Aquasphere and Mutant Manta Ray. Be sure to check out the other videos on this channel as we continue to review the rest of the toy line and make new discoveries about this forgotten cinematic universe. Thanks as always for joining me at the Atoll.